Hello and welcome to a little play-by-play of a moment in this game between Outsiders and Hard Era, which is a combination of Hardest Foam and New Era, which you might have seen in previous videos. This is in the Kickoff 2026 in Toronto. Don't ask me to explain the tournament structure in the Americas to you, I have no idea, but there's Americans and there's Canadians playing in this game. Near side, Shota on the Outsiders side is going to put in a running counter, get a double hit, pops up, can't take the catch, Bend picks up the ball on the far side, sends it into Shota and catches it between his knees and steps off court. There's a whistle in there for the end of the set to go to no block as well. Shota's celebrating to the crowd, Shota's apologising to the crowd. What the hell just happened? Let's take another look. So starting again from Shota on the near side, on that running counter, hits Wong on the back, hits Samko, pops up, Wong tries to dive for it, throws ball at it in desperation, can't get the hit, Bend picks up the ball, throws the post at Shota and catches it in his knees. At the same time, Officer on your right, number 10 here, picks up that ball and sends it in just before the whistle, and the catch is made on the other side. So I've isolated the referee's whistle.
We got a double.
And try to align it with other stuff that happened in the game. So if, as I got Officer's throw, I think that's before the whistle, and the same on Ben's side. If we would see him pick up the ball, it does seem like it's before, but again, I'm kind of using footage. It's a bit hard to tell, you know, whether I've got it exactly right. Let's assume it is, and that catch is valid because the throw is valid. Because in foam, the play continues after the whistle. If the ball has already been thrown, you can't throw a ball, but if you had already thrown a ball and the ball is in the air, that play continues, therefore the catches both count on both sides. Interestingly though, Shota steps out of bounds after he makes the catch. I think we can all agree that he's completed the play by taking that catch, so it doesn't really matter that he's out of bounds. Like, he isn't out for stepping out of bounds. But that does raise some slightly interesting technicality questions about when you can step out of bounds. If the whistle goes and a ball is up in the air, say one of these other players have just stepped out of bounds, before Shota takes that catch and ends the play, are they out? Is Shota out if he steps out of bounds before he takes the catch? Like, I think so, but that's not really, like, defined anywhere. I actually tried to find this in the rules to see what it said about this in the end of sets. I actually don't think it says anything about the ball still being live when it's in the air when the whistle goes. So we're a few steps away from this whole thought experiment, but it's an interesting one because I think the most sensible thing is everything keeps going until the last ball has died. But that also becomes a little bit muddy in certain situations. It becomes messy, let's say. An interesting one to think about is if an opponent is falling off the court, like in the process of falling off the court, and you know the whistle's about to go, then you should just throw the ball that you're holding up in the air so that the play continues after the whistle goes, and then they fall out of bounds, and then the ball lands, and they're out for a line fault. Yeah, a bit silly, but that could happen in at some point. It'd be pretty funny. Keep your eyes out for that breakdown. Anyway, Shota takes the catch, gives the crowd the old blah, 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 and then says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I just did that right in your face. I do apologize." I just find that really funny. The refs make the call, they get it all right. Wong is back on the far side for their catch, and Hashimoto's back on this side, and then Hashimoto ends the set later on with that catch to the face, and Outsiders win the final set, the first half. There is more of the game yet to go, though. It is a good game. Go and give it a watch if you would like. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.